Louder!
And it's time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what is up, Gorehounds? Welcome to the Gore N More podcast. I am the not-so-mean fluff master supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing it in. But of course, I do not bring this shit show in alone. No. For with me, as always, are my wicked wizards of the Winter Wonderland. Bringing it in. Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah. You worked on it this week, buddy.
Oh, absolutely.
We're going to start this bitch clockwise. Bringing in, of course, with the killing machine himself, that Meat Mountain 100% Italian sausage, Mr. Bobby Amone.
Happy holiday, fuckers.
Yeah, and of course, that host with the ghost, El Scuba Cabra, Mr. Lord Scuba, Steve Vasquez.
How's it going, baby?
And joining us today as a guest host, because the Chad Daddy Dark Lord is not here himself, is Heather. And we don't even have a nickname, so I'm going to throw out some, and tell me if it's cool. If not, then we'll work on them. But I got Mistress of Mayhem. That's one. Scoob, you had one. What was it? Dark Queen. What was it? Dark Queen or something.
Fuck, I don't remember what I put in the chat.
We were trying to come up with one. So unless you got one for yourself, Heather, I didn't want.
TJ used to call me Slasher Slut, but
I don't want. No, I don't.
No.
I want to give you something a little bit more like. That's why I was going with Mistress of Mayhem. That sounded cool to me right off the bat. We could figure out.
I called her the sister from a Killer Mister.
The redhead of the dead.
Ooh.
That's
Redhead of the Dead. All right.
I think I like that.
All right. The Redhead of the Dead, Heather Dye, joining us today. And of course, today is December 6th, 2021. And, well, we have an amazing Christmas classic we are covering today. But first, as always, we dabble in a little bit of reality of what the fuck we did the last week. So, Scuba Steve, if you could please.
It is now time for your
Yeah, buddy. So, you know what? We're going to start it with our guest host, Heather. And then if you want to take it counterclockwise after that.
All right. Well, let's see. I watched Gremlins twice this week. So that was fun. And I've spent like $250 to fill up my fuel tank on my boat to get ready for winter storage.
Ooh, hot day.
That hurts.
Yeah.
But yeah, got to take her out for a ride on one of those 55-degree days we've had recently. So
nice.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And had some sweet marinara freaking ziti, as we talked about in the shit show.
Yeah, what the hell?
Why do people dump cups of sugar into their sauce? Why?
You're not supposed to. Oh, God, no.
Hold on, though. Sometimes when you find a sweet tomato, because there are sweet tomatoes.
Yes, there are.
If you make a sauce out of those sweet tomatoes, you get a naturally sweet sauce that is fucking amazing.
Okay,
naturally that's what I was talking about.
Naturally sweet is totally different, and I do know what you're talking about. But adding sugar, no.
That's like sacrilegious to us Italian folk.
I feel, yeah. I'm not even Italian, and I feel that, bud.
That's just sacrilege. All right.
Fucking A, dude. So how else you been, Heather?
Pretty good. I had one interesting thing happen. I think it was last Saturday. I went to pick up something from a liquor store at like 11:45. They close at midnight. And as I was pulling out, I was like, I'm going to go right across the street to 7-Eleven to get some nachos. And, there were bright lights in the parking lot, and all I was doing was going straight across the street. So I didn't realize that I hadn't turned my headlights on. And I drove right past a cop, and I was like, fuck. Well, luckily, he didn't pull into the 7-Eleven and ask me to step outside of the car.
Yeah, no shit.
Luckily, that didn't happen.
Yeah, right.
I was freaking out for a minute.
I think as we all do whenever we see those
Oh, dude, that's a straight up bubble fucker moment, man. Just a little bit.
We used to call those sex lights because you knew somebody was getting fucked.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's a new one I'm fucking using. Thank you for that.
All right.
Nice.
How about you, Scuba?
Well, I have, I worked the day job and the night job this past weekend. I've been going over footage from our investigation that we did last weekend, and we've been finding some pretty crazy shit from our last investigation. I've been posting stuff here and there on Facebook. Tonight, I'm actually going to somebody's house. They messaged us and asked us to go do an investigation because they think they have a possible demonic entity in their home. So as soon as I get done here, I'm going to go do that. But I've just been working and, I got to watch Gremlins. Yesterday, I watched Gremlins and then I followed it up with Gremlins 2 because I can't just watch one and not the other.
I need two on physical. I thought I had and I don't.
I have both on Blu-ray. In a 2-pack. And that's all I did yesterday. I just relaxed and, hung out here at home. I cleaned a little bit, reorganized some things, packed away my ghost stuff that I need to fucking unpack now to take out.
To reuse.
Yeah, to reuse. So, but that was it, man. What about you, Bobby?
Let's see. I was, it's the Christmas time, as we all know. Who knew? Selling Christmas trees again this weekend, so that was been a very tiring weekend as well. But had a ugly sweater Christmas party on Saturday, and I'll wear it next week, but you'll have to see it to believe it. It says "Snowman fucking balls" on it, and on the bottom, it's got a carrot and a set of hairy blue balls with it.
Oh shit!
Hanging right where the old meme mountain there lays when he's dormant.
Nice.
Hot.
So I had that going on, and then just selling the trees right now. So the past couple of weeks, the cosplay stuff has been quiet because it's just been busy. So once I get past this weekend, full blown for the next 3 weeks, I don't want to be bothered. Kidding. So that's going on, and I got to watch this wonderful movie. Although I do not have it on physical media, I need to get that and 2. So that's on the list for the next DVD and Blu-ray list that I have to get. So that's about it at the current time.
You can get it relatively cheap online.
Sorry, I saw the 1-2 pack together on Amazon for something like $70.
Oh, yeah, I'm probably going to end up ordering that, or whatever I catch first is what I'm going to do. So that's all about me, Mr. Fluffmaster Supreme. Give me the rundown.
Give you the dish. Well,
give me the dick. I mean dish.
Whoa, hey there. I had a fucking chill weekend, dude. It was nice. The kiddo had gymnastics early, so my Saturday morning wasn't rushed. And I got a bunch of new lights and hung them up. So I got a funny kind of Clark Griswold story here. Not terrible or anything like that. I didn't get hurt or nothing. But it was just, I had the measurement out, but when I set the lights, I had the extension cord going up my spout, right? And then I started it for some reason from the spout. So I had the lights going over from the spout to the house, which probably gave a foot of lights off the house. I get all the way down to the other end of the house, dude. I'm literally 6 inches shy from completing the fucking circuit to the end of the house. I'm like,
yep.
I'm like, you know what? Nope. I'll just fucking leave it, dude. It took me a good enough while. I'm not going to do it's only 3 lights it's missing at that spot, and it's behind that downspout over there. I'm fucking good, right? Dude, 15 minutes later, isn't my ass outside nope, can't fucking do it, man. I'm going to see that shit, and it's going to drive me fucking nuts. So there was another fucking hour wasted of pulling it down and resetting it just a foot, the whole fucking length of 80 feet. It's like,
oh, God.
Damn. Yep.
You shouldn't staple your arm or your...
No, I wasn't using staples or nothing. It was gutter hooks and shit, but still, by the end of it, I was sick of fucking holding my arms up like this. I'm like, all right. I'm fucking gonna go in and play Halo now. Fuck all this shit. But other than that, man, played a fuck ton of Halo with a bunch of homies, which has been awesome because for any of you that have played that shit, and it feels straight up like Halo 3 2007 to me, man. I get 10 motherfuckers in a party, dude. That shit doesn't happen anymore, especially when you're fucking getting closer to 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, it's bringing people out of the woodwork, and it's awesome. So I'm like playing with motherfuckers I've never played with, playing with people I haven't played with in years. Like, fucking hands down.
That's the glory of video games, though, man.
It really is, dude.
You get to connect with people that you either would never have connected with before, or you get to reconnect with people that you lost touch with, you know?
Fuck yeah, dude. And
You get to have fun fucking doing it.
oh yeah, man. Like I got some of my buddies on that haven't even been online in like 3 fucking years, or at least since the last Halo really dropped. And then, yeah, dude, it's just been a fun time, man. So if you're thinking about it, download it. I will straight up say it's beta. It's still glitchy as shit. I love it, but there's definitely some major tweaking that needs to happen before the game drops on Thursday? No. 2 days. Yeah, so Wednesday. Fuck. But all right, enough of all this bullshit. Let's talk about what the fuck we are here to talk about today. And Heather, what is that?
Gremlins from 1984, which is actually the year I was born.
Ooh.
June 8th, 1984. Fun-loving inventor Rand Peltzer, searching for the perfect gift for his son Billy, buys what he thinks will be the perfect thing. He finds the Mogwai in a curious shop in Chinatown, but it comes with 3 very specific instructions. Don't get him wet, keep him out of the light, and never feed him after midnight. When all 3 rules are broken, what results is a chaotic Christmas perpetrated by mischievous little monsters called Gremlins. Now Billy, his family, and his girlfriend Kate must stop the Gremlins from destroying everything in sight. So when your washing machine blows up or your TV goes on the fritz, before you call the repairman, turn on all the lights and look under all the beds, because you never can tell. There just might be a gremlin in your house.
I love that line. That is like...
I love that he threw the end line.
Yeah,
in
that's
there.
so
Yeah.
great. I think bravo,
Chad
Daddy. Yes, bravo.
Perfect, Chad.
Yeah, Daddy's out there. He's fine. He had some car trouble today. But
We love you, Chad.
that's right. But he's
All
getting
right.
into that new house, so we'll see
Yeah.
him in new duds when he actually.
Yeah,
comes
that's
in.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, we will. What do you say? Next week he might be on or something like that.
Well, we do have another special guest
Oh,
next
that's right,
week.
we do. Yes,
And then we have
Robofuck,
Chad
right?
Daddy. Yeah.
Yes.
Tyler's going to be joining us, and it's been a minute since Tyler's joined us, so that'll be fun too. But let's live here in the moment, because you know what? Today's a present. And that's what it is all about at Christmas. So,
well, let's keep opening that present, shall we?
Bobby, take it away, buddy.
You got it. Directed by Joe Dante, who did Piranha, The Howling, and The Burbs. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Written by Chris Columbus, The Goonies, and Young Sherlock Holmes. I think he also had something to do with another movie called Home Alone.
Home Alone, baby.
Directed it. Produced by Michael Fennell, The Howling and the Burbs. Starring Zach Galligan from Waxworks and Hatchet 3 as Billy Peltzer. Phoebe Cates. Phoebe. My heart. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Need I say more? Drop Dead Fred as Kate Berenger. Hoyt Axon, Bonanza, the Black Stallion, as Randall Rand Peltzer. Polly Holiday. Holiday. Alice, Mrs. Doubtfire, as Ruby Deagle. That's it. I hate
Mrs. Deagle. Or
I hate
Mrs.
them
Deagle.
fucking women so
She's
much.
a fucking.
Francis Lee McCain, Footloose and Back to the Future, as Lynn Peltzer. Judge Reinhold, Fast Time at Ridgemont High. Beverly Hills Cop as Gerald Hopkins, another douche. Terrible. Dick Miller, The Howling, Explorers, The Terminator. Oh, so much more. Murray Futterman. Glenn Turman, A Different World. How Stella Got Her Group Back as Roy Hansen.
Wait, A
Key-
Different World, the show from the 90s?
I believe so.
I used to watch that.
Key Luke, The Green Hornet and Dead Heat as Mr. Wing. Scott Brady, Dead Kids as Frank Riley. And Corey Feldman from The Goonies. Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter as Pete Fontaine.
Thank you, Mr. Monet.
You're welcome.
Mr. Scuba.
All right. So, music by Jerry Goldsmith, who did Psycho 2, Poltergeist, and Leviathan. Cinematography by John Hora from The Howling, Loverboy.
A lot of howling.
Yep. Edited by Tina Hirsch, Airplane 2 and the Explorers. Effects makeup,
Airplane
Stephen
2,
Norrington. Hellraiser, Bloodline. Blade.
Yeah.
Chris Wallace, The Fly, House 2, The Second
yeah.
Story. I fucking love that movie.
Chris
It's a
Wallace,
great
man.
movie.
distributed by Warner Brothers, runtime of 106 Gremlins, MPAA rating PG, budget 11 million, gross $212.9 million.
I would say success.
Just a little successful.
I think
Bro,
so.
those executives' pants were bulging when this movie came.
And they were very smart about releasing the movie too. And if you think about, what movie it released with, like,
bro,
it did damn good. It did damn good.
That literally released alongside Ghostbusters, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
June 5th was Ghostbusters, so it would have been 3 days beforehand. Dude, talk about summer block. Imagine if we were actually able to see this shit when it came out in theaters like that year. Like, oh my god, dude.
Well, I was 2 years old. I may have went to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, you would need, like, saying like a solid 7 to 8 year olds. You could really have a solid memory of it. Like, Chad Daddy might have. But,
he probably did.
fair enough.
We're just going to say he did.
It fits the moment.
That is amazing. All right, so we do not have a boss's breakdown today. Unless TJ, you're listening and you want to send one, if you can, I'll always throw it up there. So, seeing we don't have that, let's generally discuss this movie.
I mean, what can you say? What,
It's fucking amazing, dude.
I love it. So there are a shitload of plot holes though in this movie.
Yes,
absolutely.
And watching it as an adult, almost 40 years old, I'm like, okay, this is just all wrong. Like, but it is such a good fucking movie. It's one of those movies from our childhood that even my kids watch it and they're like, oh, that's from my childhood. You know what I mean? Because I made them watch it when they were little. And it's such a good fucking movie. I don't know anybody that does not like Gremlins.
And I'm going to take it one step further. It's not only just a good Christmas movie, because like it obviously does all the Christmas stuff and everything. I mean, it's not like overly Christmassy, but it's all there. You know what I mean? They got carolers and shit.
Oh, yeah.
But it's such a great family introduction to horror movie.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
And that's what's amazing about it. Because, like, Steven Spielberg fucking just took this off the... I mean, obviously, he's produced it, but still, like, he knew what he had. That's why he threw his fucking name on it.
And it was supposed to be a lot darker than what...
It was pretty fucking dark.
And it's pretty dark. Don't get me wrong. And that's why the sequel's a lot more cartoony. Campy. Because they didn't want to do the same thing over again. But this was supposed to be a straight up horror movie.
And it easily could have been had, in my opinion, you just changed some musical cues. Because that's why they chose, I swear to God, the music for some scenes. Because some scenes were so dark, but then they put this like cheerful, like, but you know what I mean? It wasn't like in like how new horror movies do it, where they use like a nice song, but in a scary setting. That's like, it helped lighten the mood more so. And dude, the darkest part in the movie for me, I mean, there's a lot of people getting offed, but is when you get his girlfriend's fucking story of her Christmas past.
Oh my God.
Where the fuck does that come from?
Yeah. And I think I have that in my notes. Because there's a little behind the scenes about that part. But we'll talk about that in the notes. But yeah, that one scene is like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God. Like, she's had it way worse than these little fucking gremlins. You know.
Hey, Boss Man.
There he is.
Bossman said Gremlins 2 is better appreciated as an adult. Oh, I fucking love Gremlins 2 as a kid. It was still great.
I loved it as a kid, especially when he went all, like, Gizmo goes all Rambo.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, that's like the best.
Fuck yeah.
But, dude, it's been a hot minute since I've seen the second one, so I'll have to take Bossman up and see how I feel as an adult.
Always. Phoebe Cates is always a bitch.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, what else can you say about this? Is it a perfect movie? No.
Is it a fun movie?
Absolutely.
It's a fun horror movie, and not
it's
most
a fun
horror
Christmas horror movie.
Yeah, and not most horror films, whether they're not. I mean, they're fun, but you know what I mean when I say fun,
right?
Yeah. Like I don't know about you, but as much as this is a Christmas horror movie, I was laughing more than anything throughout.
Dude, up until where they actually like cocoon and shit starts going fucking like whoa
south,
like when everything's fuzzy and cute, bro. That's like a full like. First of all, I mean, come on, that's Baby Yoda. Disney knew what they were like. You know what? Gizmo was so awesome. We're just gonna do it again,
Yeah.
and they did.
Just
And it
green, just green and no fur.
And it still worked.
And no,
Yeah.
That's all they
little
did.
Corvette.
And
But
then
it's
you get the baby marshmallows and Ghostbusters.
Oh, bro.
Oh, Baby Anything is awesome. Baby Anything monster, like any that was monster, is awesome.
Yeah.
Look, you can see my little Stay Puft right there. You see him right there? Where my
Yo,
finger is?
actually,
Yeah.
some guys got their 3-pack today. I know one of my buddies did. So those are dropping if anybody got those. Let's see. Bossman says it started Joe Dante's fad of making little monsters and living toy films.
Nice.
That would make sense. I mean, before we go into behind the scenes, is there anything? I mean, we do have the Brody. Do we want to hear from him? We haven't heard from
let's
him
see
in
what
2
Brody
fucking
has to
weeks,
say
dude.
about
So-
Yeah.
All right, let's bring in that
That's all
Celsius.
well and good, boys, but
No, we don't
Katie's
want
coming
me.
in.
There we go.
Snip fucking snip. Well, howdy fucking doody there, gentlemen. It is your DKB here, back after a 2-week hiatus, and I do apologise about that. And it's all due to the fact that Australia needs to pick their fucking A game up with the streaming services there. I mean, they suck fucking balls, right? We don't get everything like you guys get over in the States, and I do apologise about that. Anywho, we're not here to talk about that shit. We're here to talk about Gremlins and why I fucking like this film, right? Now, the nostalgia factor is there because 1 and 2, I grew up watching 2 more so, and I like that more so than this one because I'm that 90s fucking kid. Anywho, you know, what I really appreciate about is this film in general is the fact that it's got that dark comedic sense of humor, violent, fucking over the top. Yeah, it just works on so many levels. It's so fucking funny. I mean, it's nothing to take really serious. It's enjoyable from the word go. You know, I like the whole idea of I don't know if actually Joe Dante created them himself, but he was able to bring these little creepy critter gremlins to fucking life and, you know, play on that. And each one has its own personality in that sense. I think it's fantastic to see. And he really elaborates that society with today's society. They just do not give a fuck. They are relentless sons of bitches. They will kill us. They will kill each other. And yeah, I just think there are a couple of scenes that are over the top, but they work. They work, and it's fucking hilarious. And I love that shit, you know. And I love the whole design of these gremlins, even Gizmo. And I like the whole premise of it. Like, if you get water on Gizmo after a certain time of night, these little motherfuckers pop out of him. He has these babies that turn out to be these crazy little sons of bitches. So, yeah, you know, the cinematography in this film is nothing really to rave on about, but the whole production design and the way it's set up to be this Christmas movie, I really dig. I think they did a fantastic job doing that. And I think it needs to be really recognised more so. Well, it's obviously recognised as a Christmas film, but it's just not at the top of everyone's list when we talk about Christmas films, and I think it really should be up there. Like, it's an enjoyable film. And I mean, it is pretty full on for, like, potentially a kid's film. It's that border where it's like, you know, will I let my kid watch it? If I had kids, fucking oath they'd be watching this shit.
Yep.
They need to
Hell
know
yeah,
what good
dude.
movies are all about. But anywho, I'm going to keep it short and sweet this week. I'm going to give this a Gore N More score of a solid 4.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think Joe Dante created a great film. He obviously knows what he wants, and he, fucking mastered it. So, anywho, DKB signing out. I know I shall catch you motherfuckers next week. Cheers, gentlemen.
Yeah, buddy.
Spot on with what he's got to say.
Awesome.
That's for sure.
Thank you, Brody, sir. I'm glad we got him back.
There's really nothing, like I said, there's really nothing bad you can say about this movie.
No.
Now, like I said, with the plot holes, there are some, and I want to bring some up. So you're not supposed to get the gremlins wet, even after they turn into gremlins. If they
You're not even supposed to give them water to drink, he says.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
after you get,
Come on.
after they turn into gremlins, they're walking in the fucking snow. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, wait, yeah.
What the fuck? They should be popping out gremlins left and right.
Not only that, can I add one more instance to that? The whole bar scene. They're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
water in anything.
The beer. They're sitting there drinking the fucking beer.
Anything you drink has water in it. So anything essentially liquid, I assume that would have water in it would still cause those properties, right?
So
or does it? Because it can't be pure water. Because if it's pure water, that wouldn't make sense of why when he jumped in the pool. Because that would be overly chlorinated and shit. You know what I mean? So
TJ, Gremlins are superior to Ghoulies. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. You know, I can't even argue because I have not seen the Ghoulies enough to make that argument.
Part 2 is decent.
Yeah.
But it's not.
But what about part 1? I can't.
I mean, obviously, I could literally just listen to Ghoulies Unflushed and not even watch
there
them
you go.
And catch it all.
There you go.
You know, a little shout out there.
So in other words, this whole town really should have been covered. And when you say covered, I mean covered.
They should have been covered in Gremlins.
This should have went AVP Requiem, dude, where there was just gremlins everywhere, and they were like, "We gotta fucking nuke this shit from orbit."
Oh yeah.
And that's exactly what should have occurred. The minute that they touched the snow, they should have just been popping out little fucking babies behind them. While those babies are popping out babies and just continuously going.
Like literally, all you see is pop, 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 pop.
Yeah. So, okay. So with Brody, his question was, is that just for Gizmo or for both? I would assume it's both because obviously like Spike was going for. No. The only thing that turns them into gremlins is when they eat after midnight. Water just makes them multiply. Like that.
Sunlight will kill them.
And sunlight. Yeah. And so they're almost like vampires.
Kind of.
I mean, I'm interested though, like would Gizmo turn into a gremlin if he eats after midnight, or he's smart enough?
No, here's the thing. So that is one of the behind the scenes.
Okay.
So that question was going to be answered originally, but they axed it and created this guy right here instead because they wanted to make it a more family-friendly movie.
Fair enough.
Gizmo was originally supposed to be the one who turned into the gremlin. Yes.
So it was like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
No, I like the way they went with it.
Yeah.
But maybe also like because he's the prime one. Well, no, because they still say don't feed him. So like,
no, he's in other words, yes, it would have happened.
Gizmo's got to be smart enough to just know not to eat after midnight so he doesn't turn into a gremlin. You know what I mean? Like they all have consciousness.
So Jimmy said define after midnight, like, does it reset at 5 a.m.? So
yes, that's really
never explained, and it's never even really explained.
Is it noon? Like, I feel like noon
hi, Jimmy.
No. I feel when the sun comes up, that's when the new day starts.
So dawn is reset.
So I feel
5,
and that's just me. That's just me.
That's fine. No.
I think that dawn is the reset.
Makes sense to me.
You know?
No, that's I can. That was one of my biggest questions because they never explained that. I'm like, does it reset at noon? So you only get like a 12-hour span to feed them? Is it, you know what I mean? Like,
that's an interesting question.
And that was, like I said, that was one of the things that was never answered in either film. And they even make fun of that aspect in Gremlins 2 when the security guards are asking him, well, exactly that too, Donnie. What if it goes into a different time zone? They asked that question also. And Billy has no answers because there is no solid answer to it.
Right.
Brody said, I'd like to see a prequel to this. This obviously had to have happened before. Okay, so
yes, because obviously with the dude
there
who
are
owns them.
books. I believe there's a book that is a prequel to this, and it gives the origin of Gizmo.
Yeah.
Look, Joe, I didn't write the fucking movie, all right?
All these questions are
These are
coming
all
now.
great questions.
They are all
way.
great questions, but we don't have the answers for those. But in the book, Gizmo is an alien from another world.
Oh.
There are other Mogwai who are not evil.
So, okay.
Just like Gizmo, there's female Mogwai. Her name's Brownie. There's another one named Doodah or some shit like that. But Gizmo is not of Earth. So he gets here somehow. I've never read the book. I was just, reading some stuff online about it. But there is a book that does say where the Mogwai come from. Which for me, I feel like that just takes away the whole
mystery of it.
I
want them to be from the ancient Orient, dude. Like,
exactly.
That's what I see them from. Like,
I'd almost kind of rather not know where they're from because it just makes it that much more like, what really are they? We know what they are, but we don't know what they are.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to know the guy, the shop owner, though. I want to know his story and how
Yeah.
he knows all about him. Like, that's the prequel. Maybe that's not the prequel Brody wants, but I feel like we could get a lot more if we got
That'd be
something
kind of
like
cool, and then show him maybe like meeting Gizmo as a child,
that.
and
Right, like him learning the lesson. Like,
Well-
whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, and this dude's supposed to be really, really, really old. You know what I mean? So maybe he got it from his grandfather, or it's just like a family thing where he has to take care of the Mogwai.
ooh, like it's a pass down. Okay.
Yeah, it's a pass down, and it was learned from the original Mogwais coming to Earth, accidentally getting wet, except for
See,
Gizmo.
I like that they're aliens, but at the same time, like, it kind of makes it too ET-ish. And
Yes.
it's like, it kind of...
Yeah.
It's almost like if you found out the graboids were aliens, it kind of takes away from that shit.
I just think it would be cool if, like, they were just, I don't know, weird creatures on Earth. So, like, that was another big plot hole that, personally, I thought was weird, is, like, when the father introduces Gizmo to the family, nobody has that moment of, like, and I'm pretty sure one of us in this group would, where they'd back up and be like, dude, what the fuck is that thing?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Because, like,
Exactly.
you just brought in an unknown species into this house, and you're just acting like it's a fucking cat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he immediately says to
Whoa.
him, here's your new pet. It's like, what? What do I do
And I
with
love how the
it?
dog's like, what the fuck?
Right, like the
The dog
dog's
was
the
the-
smartest character in this movie
was gonna
besides
say,
the mom.
The
Like,
dog was the character that went, what the fuck, without saying, what the fuck.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's why Spike fucked with him, dude. Hung him in the lights. Poor puppers.
And I also love the fact that when you first meet Gizmo, and then as the films go on, you could see as he looks at the other Mogwai,
Like
as he's not even in disgust, he just kind of looks at him like something.
No,
isn't-
he straight up
something
looks at him
isn't-
disgust when they're eating chicken.
Well,
dude.
because
It's
he
like-
knows. He knows. He's like, fuck, man. These dudes are
Yeah.
gonna
Right.
fuck
And you
everything up.
And you could tell,
Oh, yeah.
he's different because when they're fucking transformed, he's like, why did anybody do this? I hate
And not
you
even that,
all."
but it's like when they first popped out, and you see Spike Foreman, and then you see all the little ones, and then you just see Gizmo. He's like, and you know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
know, like, here it goes. Here we go again.
Yeah.
he's like, oh shit, I thought I got away from this.
Like,
Dude,
I
like,
think
Gremlins could be a series, dude. Like,
Yeah. Oh, I would
Raise
love a
up.
series. I would
Yeah.
love a Gremlin series. A prequel would be cool, but like I said, I just feel like it would take away the mystery of the Gremlin. If I never get it explained in my lifetime, I'm okay with that.
straight up, dude. If you gave me a even cheesy, I wouldn't even care because it's been done to death. But if you give me the cheesy storyline of the government wants Gremlins to use them for warfare, I'm
Yeah.
fucking sold.
Yes.
I don't
fuck
give
yeah.
a shit.
Okay,
Give me it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's an
Fucking
easy
it-
one. That's
They're
in the bag.
injecting them with all this shit.
Yeah, they're making
Fucking-
super. I
all
mean,
these
like
ta-
you're going
they're
two,
all
but
smart
even
Tanks
more.
and shit.
Like super fucking.
You get a
Super
super
soldier
gremlin
Gremlin,
that's like
dude.
the size of fucking The Rock, all fucking swollen
Dude,
shit.
they get all jacked up, and then like, of course, because it's Gremlins. Like in one scene, they all jump in, and they're the Avengers. Like they all do the fucking super.
Oh shit!
So if
that'd be
any
fucking
if
great.
any
Just wrote a
movie
Gremlins
studios
skit,
are
dude.
listening, if anybody movie studios are listening out there, hit us up.
Hit us up. We have ideas. We have
I
ideas.
thought they were working on a new Gremlin.
They're supposed to be working on a part 3.
Right. It was actually.
I know they
continuing with
teased
the
it. They teased it last year
Yes.
with that Super Bowl commercial.
Yep.
But I have not heard anything about
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say it's been quiet as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
See, you said the Gremlins used for warfare. I could see one jacked Gremlin picking up tanks and like doing shit like this with
I
them
mean,
and holding
like I
them in
said,
his hands.
that plot has been done to death.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
shit. The fact that it's even in Jurassic Park, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
of course.
But I don't give a shit, dude, because Gremlins make sense. Because if you have these weird little nasty creatures that you're like, oh man, we could just have one and then dunk them into a lake, and then they drop supply crates around the lake, dude. So then they all fucking eat, and then you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It would literally be a river of Gremlins.
it'd be amazing, dude. Can you imagine that? That'd be some fucked up warfare right there. They just drop the Gremlins in, dude.
Hey, it
Oh,
sounds like there's a
fuck.
Gremlin in someone's house with a dog.
Right? That was a fucking hunt. So, shall we spread the tree and look for the squirrel? See what's in that?
Let's
See for them notes.
let's
Look at
do
them
it.
nuts.
All right.
Whoa.
So the set for Kingston Falls is the same one used for Back to the Future. Both movies were filmed on the Universal Studios backlot, which
I was wondering, I was like, this looks like something familiar.
so the only thing, I mean, they just shot it differently to make it look
So
like a
it's
different
not like
Times
Hill
Square.
Valley.
Yeah. But the theater that blows up is the theater that Marty, crashes into.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Now I'll say, now that you said, from looking behind him, I'm like, oh
If
shit.
you look at that opening pan shot of the center park, it shows you can see the clock tower from the side.
yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit. But
Well,
you
and then
say that.
the bank is actually where the diner was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So there, I
right.
mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, and it's, I think it's cool how they basically disguised it by the way they shot the movie. So that
right,
it
they're like,
wasn't
"Yo,
an
bring in the
exact
snow,
replica.
bring in the snow machine, just
Mhm.
snow the fuck everything out, put some Christmas decorations up, take down the crazy thing that fucking Doc put up,
And go from there.
yeah, good to go. What else we got, buddy?
All right. So the inspiration for Gremlins spawned from Steven Spielberg's early drafts of E.T. Originally, there were going to be a lot of evil ETs with only one of them being good. Yet, as he developed the story, he decided to ditch that idea and just a good E.T. Gremlins was the revival of his original concept, with Gizmo being the good terrestrial this time around.
Did anyone notice a little ET doll?
When Spike's
When,
hiding in the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yes,
Yeah.
there was.
All I
It was
noticed
right in
was-
front of him.
I thought wait, when he was like hiding behind the stuffed animals,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
that was Bugs Bunny and Sylvester.
No.
Yeah, and
When
then
he's
there
No,
was
there
a
was
little
ET
on the
too.
There
shelf.
was also a little ET.
Oh,
Yeah, when he's on the shelf. There's a
I would
little
say I only
ET.
noticed the Warner Brothers plants. Like, can we talk about the product placement in this movie? By the way, dude,
Oh, yeah.
it is some
Oh, dude.
straight up blatant hardcore product placement. They're not
It's
even trying
right
to
there.
hide it. Like Burger King right in the beginning. Like, bro,
Yeah.
if you didn't want a fucking Whopper, like some, you know what I mean? Like,
But did you notice that Burger King, there's a sign, but it looks pretty vacant underneath?
Yeah, it
Well,
looked
yeah,
very
of course,
vacant
dude.
inside.
Yeah, I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, okay.
studio lot.
Still.
So
Anyway.
written by Chris Columbus as a writing sample, the original version was much more violent and featured scenes such as the Gremlins decapitating Billy's mom and rolling her head down the stairs when Billy got home. They also ate Barney.
What?
Yeah.
No!
Oh, shit.
So like I said,
No.
this with little changes that they did, it could have been a fucking straight up horror flick.
See, but that makes me kind of want to see that straight up horror flick, because
I mean,
It's
I'm not
never-
saying
no-
I'm not
no dog
opposed to
killing.
it, but it's like at the same time, like, dude, that would not be this movie. Like, I don't
no,
know.
it wouldn't be.
In another
That's
part of the
fucking-
multiverse.
Dude, no, because like I wouldn't want his mom to die, man, because I like, not to jump ahead or anything, but she was like one of my favorite characters because of like just how I just feel like that mom went through some shit.
Oh yeah.
Just say, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
she went into that ready to get like to fuck shit up.
Mhm.
That mom's been through some crap. I don't know what it was, but
But it was there.
yeah, dude. She was dual wielding knives, dude.
Yeah,
Like, right off the bat. She didn't even think twice. How many white girls in movies are like don't even like they'll walk past knives and won't even think, dude? No, she's
Yeah.
like shink shink. No,
Yeah, they don't get the knife till the end scene when there's nobody around.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
So another major difference is that the Mogwai Billy Gates originally became evil and became Stripe. The script eventually ended up in the hands of Steven Spielberg, who asked Columbus to tone it down, thus turning it into the movie we know today. So Gizmo
Thank
was
you,
supposed to be
Spielberg.
the bad guy. Yeah.
Thank you, Spielberg.
So here's about the Santa speech. The Santa speech proved to be controversial, and the studio executives insisted upon its removal because they felt it was too ambiguous as to whether it was supposed to be funny or sad. Director Joe Dante, however, stubbornly refused to take the scene out, saying it represented this movie as a whole, which had a combination of horrific and comedic elements. Executive producer Steven Spielberg did not like the scene, but despite his creative control, he viewed this movie as Dante's project and allowed him to leave it in.
Huh.
And smart move.
I mean, dude, I think it definitely adds a lot of weight to the film. It
Mhm.
is a definite what the fuck moment for sure. I think I don't know. I almost don't feel like it is necessarily needed, or maybe it could have been done a little differently, but you know what I mean, dude? Who's to argue with the director? He has a certain vision on it, so
Plus we're talking about it almost 40 years later. So
Well, it's a great movie all in all,
Exactly.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One
Oh,
scene
yeah.
Here,
Well-
one scene there. It doesn't fucking matter when the whole thing is
No.
amazing. But all right, Scoobs, what else we got, buddy?
So in Cantonese, Mogwai translate to devil or demon.
Oh,
Huh.
So our little Mogwai buddy Gizmo in Cantonese translates to devil.
Well, he's one of the nicest demons I've ever met.
Yeah. So one of the studio notes to director Joe Dante and executive producer Steven Spielberg on seeing the first cut was there were too many gremlins.
What?
Spielberg
Seriously?
Spielberg suggested cutting them all out and calling the movie People as a joke in jest because they were complaining there was too many gremlins.
no, that would make like you said. They're walking through snow. They should instantly be multiplying as they walk.
Yep. So Zach Galligan recounted in an interview that when the movie was made, there was absolutely no CGI. So all of the gremlins were animatronics, each costing between $30,000 and $40,000. When everyone left the lot for the day, security would have everyone open up their trunks of the cars to make sure that nobody stole any of the gremlins.
Yeah, I fucking bet, dude.
Oh God, $40,000. That's oof.
So here's one of my favorites when I was looking this stuff up. This one made me chuckle because Gremlins would have been a totally different movie had this occurred. An early attempt to have monkeys play the Gremlins was abandoned because the test monkey panicked when he was made to wear the gremlin head.
That
So
would be
they were-
fucking terrifying, dude.
They were going to have spider monkeys wear the gremlin costume and run around Kingston
Listen,
Falls.
If they were able to actually pull that off, I feel like that could be amazing.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been really cool. But because the test monkey freaked the fuck out, they were like, yeah, no, we can't. It's going to be too much.
Right.
Because you got to think too. Look at the scenes, and I mean, putting an animal through that type of
Right,
know,
just like
yeah,
that's
that's-
exposure and shit. It's
Yeah.
gonna freak it the fuck out, dude.
That would have been interesting.
I was
So there
wondering
what's up?
when they show the like basically the horde, it's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
for like 10 seconds or something. Is that claymation? I was trying to.
It's stop motion animation.
It's stop
stop
motion.
motion.
Yeah, it's stop motion.
But
Yeah.
I love that scene, dude. They're all just
Yeah.
fucking trudging out.
Well, I like how he's just like,
Yeah, right.
Well, and I tried looking in the scene too, and I should have paused it, but I didn't. When they're in the theater with all of them in there, just to see if maybe they just kind of like edited the same gremlins
did.
over each other.
They kind of did, and you could see. So, like, if you have you said you watched it on 4K, right?
Well, I have the Blu-rays, but I don't have a Blu-ray player, so I watched it on HBO Max.
Okay, so all right, not to jump ahead, but you watched it already.
Yeah.
That's the HD one. If you notice, you could see the line snips from each like theater row seating
Okay.
to where they
Okay.
kind of like super.
I didn't pay that close
They're
attention.
not
to
like
it.
yeah, I didn't.
they
either.
definitely like have different rows, but you could see, you know what I mean, like how they filled it up more so in the HD. But all right, buddy, what else we got, sir?
So continuing on, because like I said, we have a bunch. Little to no actual dialogue for the Gremlins and Mogwai existed in the script. In addition to several instances of on-set rewrites, changing or adding too much of the script, the voiceovers were mostly ad-libs, repeating snippets of just performed dialogue or in reaction to other sound effects or environment. To this end, Howie Mandel recorded Gizmo's lines phonetically for foreign dubs of the movies, where localized dialogue and in-jokes helped make this movie successful with audiences worldwide. Also, Howie Mandel was not the only one. Now, I know we all know Howie Mandel as, the voice of Gizmo. Michael Winslow did a lot of the voice work for the Gremlins.
Oh, that's
Okay,
so shit.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
He did a
that
lot
man
of
is
voice work.
the man of what is it, 1 million voices?
Yes,
Dude,
yes.
he is. Yeah.
So
That's
this movie and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom are credited with inspiring the MPAA to create the PG-13 rating. Many felt the movies were too violent for a PG rating, but not violent enough for an R rating. So this and Indiana Jones are why we got
I could see
PG-13.
that. I
Yeah,
could see that. Because, I mean, like, when you first come upon, who's the first death we get? The professor, right? or the teacher there?
Yeah, the
yes.
teacher. The teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see anything, but his head's still under the thing, so you're assuming maybe his head got ate. I would guess. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got the syringe in his ass, and you know he's dead. So it's like, I remember showing my daughter this when she was like 3 or 4, and she definitely was like, those moments, she was like,
And
But-
also when the gremlin, when Stripe dies, that's a pretty gruesome scene for
Yeah,
the
dude,
melting of.
Oh, yeah.
So that's definitely one of those where it's like,
Just the
that's
bubbling
definitely
and-
not PG, but that's not a rated R scene.
I agree with ratings? You know, either
Depends
way.
on the movie.
I understand their purpose. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But dude, 80s was a different time, man. You know what I
Different
mean? Like,
fucking animal back then, baby.
Oh, God.
Different
dude,
fucking
PG,
animal.
right? PG was definitely PG 80s would be like hard PG 13. A lot of them nowadays, or what
Yeah.
they would consider.
Oh, absolutely.
But the difference is, like, PG 13 nowadays, you can drop in like one fuck.
yeah,
Or like the 80s, you can, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
yeah, you couldn't do that.
got to pick your fuck.
That's
What else we got, Scoops?
All right.
Yeah,
So in the scene in Dory's Tavern, when Phoebe Cates is there with the gremlins, an enormous cockroach crawled out in front of her during one take. So one of those
Ugh.
screams that she does in there is actually her really screaming terrified because this huge fucking roach crawled out.
So the roach is the one that got the scream that day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all right.
So after watching Tim Burton's earlier short films, executive producer Steven Spielberg considered him to direct this movie. He decided against it, however, because at the time, Burton had never directed a full-length film.
And then we had Batman the next year.
And then we had Batman the next year. But how much darker,
Tim Burton Gremlins.
like that would
I
have
don't
been.
know if it would have been dark. I feel like it still would have been dark, and I feel like the humor would have been different. But I still,
Yeah.
like,
We definitely wouldn't have gotten what we got. That's for sure.
Yeah.
you got to think early. So when did Beetlejuice? When's Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice is 89,
right? 89 as
89.
well. So he did
I'm pretty
Beetlejuice.
sure-
And Batman the same
No.
year?
Beetlejuice was 88. Batman was 89. But his
Okay.
first movie was 85, which was Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure.
Right. Oh yeah, you're talking. So this is 80. Yeah. Which, I mean, dude, Pee Wee, dude, come on.
Oh.
Any by chance, Christmas
Large
side note,
Marge.
has anybody watched Pee Wee's Christmas special this year?
Not
Not
yet.
this year, not yet. Not
I got
yet,
to,
but it's
man.
on
I haven't done it. I'm behind. Usually I watch it a couple times. It's fucking ridiculous. All right, what else we got, Scoop?
All right, so the Gizmo puppets were particularly frustrating because they were smaller and thus broke down more than the Gremlins puppets. Consequently, to satisfy the crew, a scene was included in which the Gremlins hang Gizmo on a wall and throw darts at him. This was included on a list that the crew created known to them as horrible things to do to Gizmo list.
Aw.
So
Oh,
the
that
crew
is terrible.
hated that the puppets broke down so much, they created a fucking list of things to hurt Gizmo, and they threw one into the movie, which was the dark.
That makes
screen
sense.
drama.
I feel like they probably brought that list into number 2 then, because I feel like they really fuck with Gizmo in that one too.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's been a
The
minute.
vent,
since I
the
went through,
vent
but-
scene. Yeah.
Mhm.
So back to the horror that would have been in this movie. The original script contained a scene where the Gremlins attacked a McDonald's, eating the customers instead of the burgers.
Damn.
So they
Yeah.
had a McDonald's instead of the Burger King.
This
I don't
movie
know
could have
why
been.
I know that.
This movie just could have been completely different, dude. Like,
Oh, God.
and I'm not saying I wouldn't have wanted to have seen that movie or still
But-
see it.
But the movie we got is just
Yeah,
so
like-
good, so memorable.
Eating. So do they cook them as burgers? I wonder. I hope they would.
I think
You know what
they
I
were
mean?
just
Like-
gonna eat them raw, just fucking. But it would have been funny to see them like making like a human burger or something.
Right. Like I want to see them still dressed like as a McDonald's employee, like throwing a hand on the grill or something. You know what I mean? Like just something fucking. Like, because you still got to have that Gremlins humor in it, even though
Yeah.
it's like it's that dark. Damn, dude.
This
See-
movie was the last to be shot on Eastman Color 125T film stock, which was discontinued shortly after this movie finished shooting. Just for you little, the people that like that kind of information, I decided to throw that one in.
Nice.
This movie's got some good color in it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, speaking of color, so we know the rule, no bright lights, right? Because bright lights will kill them. Okay.
Mhm.
But the real reason for not having bright lights, director Joe Dante and Amblin could not completely navigate the perilous waters of special effects for Gremlins. By keeping them in the dark, this camouflages the problem. So it's an old sci-fi trick. Dante did the same thing with the tricky and lumpy practical effects of The Howling 3 years earlier. They kept the monsters in the dark to hide the special effects problems. So the puppets weren't perfect, but
The lighting
there's
is what
so
made it
many
work.
more there's so many movies that have come out, especially as of like I would say in the last 10 years, that need to remember that
yes.
like I don't know what you call it, lesson.
Yeah,
Sure.
no, absolutely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like less is more. Keep it in the dark. Do not
Yeah.
show your monster in the daytime. Do not show him completely. Like
Little glimpses. Less
Yeah.
is more.
Right.
Less is more.
And side note with that real quick, like when Rob Bottin was doing the thing, he insisted a lot of the monsters that were made in that be in the dark, although we saw a considerable amount, because he always wanted that mystery to be there.
Mystery. So the Peltzer Peeler Juicer. That was a real. The Peltzer Peeler Juicer. That is a real item that was made for the film, and director Joe Dante still owns one.
that's awesome.
And it actually works.
And it
Okay.
actually works.
Okay,
want
so
that.
here's a side note question. Out of all the ridiculous gizmos, let's just say they all worked. What's the one that you would want?
Bathroom buddy.
Yeah, bathroom buddy.
I feel like that would definitely be the most useful. Like, and I wouldn't even use it for travel. That would just be at home. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like straight up.
Mm-hmm. In the shower, fucking brushing your teeth, shaving real quick. Boom. Done. I feel
I
like
mean-
Bathroom Buddy was the most practical.
I mean, he was making a speakerphone back in the day,
Yeah,
which we
yeah.
all take for granted now because we all
Yeah.
have had it for so long. But
Yeah,
you know,
I think bathroom buddy, and then actually,
I mean, I don't need the
I'll take
smokeless ashtray.
the egg cracker if it worked.
The egg cracker.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
That would have been cool too.
What do you got, Heather? What do you think?
I guess the bathroom buddy. I don't know. I really wasn't that stoked by any of his inventions.
That's fair. I mean, they're not supposed to be. I'm just saying if they did work.
Yeah,
Now, if I was a smoker, maybe the smokeless ashtray.
exactly.
Maybe.
That's what I would say. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. That guy had a lot of smoke in his as he was leaving.
We gotta say if it worked is what
Yeah, if it worked.
If it worked.
I
The
think I
bathroom
need
buddy
that.
though is the most convenient, man. I feel like that's got everything in it.
Yeah, just don't scorch yourself with toothpaste.
It
Yeah.
would work. So it
Yeah.
would be good to right. Like
Right.
you would flick out the toothbrush and it would just right at the end, good to go. My thing is, would you be able to change out the toothbrush tips on it?
You would have to be. I mean,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the way
Like, that would
it
be
works out,
gross.
You would, just
Right.
make a little detach. Yeah.
Put it on a little hinge that you could just pop it
Yeah.
in and out of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm surprised, bro. So the way like everything like is retroing now, like obviously we know the Turbo Man came out this year. And you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
dude, like this would be something like obviously Gizmo would be the easiest one, but like if they did random shit from like that, like if they
Yeah.
actually made the bathroom buddy, like I'd fucking buy it.
Oh, I would buy it in a heartbeat.
I should look on Etsy, dude. I bet
Somebody has to.
Yeah,
fucking made
right.
it. Like,
Right.
so there has to be a 3D printed file for it somewhere.
I'm looking for it right now while you continue on. Go ahead, Sid.
All right. So, according to Joe Dante, the original cut of this movie ran for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Wow.
That's long.
That's really long.
But I mean, is it though nowadays with, I love sitting in a movie theater for a long time watching a movie if the movie's good, if it keeps me entertained. Now, I'm not going to sit there and watch a fucking 3 hour long shitty movie. I feel I could sit through 3 hours of Gremlins.
So somebody made one on the RPF website, the RPF.com, and it's awesome because they trimmed it all out of wood. And
Nice.
everything's fucking in there, dude. The shaver, the brush, the little mirror, the fucking toenail clippers. There's like some little side mirror shit, dude. That's fucking, oh my God, that's awesome.
That is cool.
That might be the next new cosplay thing to build. And it's not even cosplay, it's just fucking have it.
All right. So Judd Nelson and Emilio Estevez were considered for the role of Billy before Zach got it.
You say Emilio?
Emilio!
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's Interesting. I don't know.
I don't think
How
I
I
could see
feel
it.
about that.
I don't think I could see him in it. I just couldn't.
No.
I like this little tidbit right here. So, Mushroom, who is the dog who played Barney, also played
Aw.
Lance Henriksen's dog in the cult horror movie Pumpkinhead.
That was the same dog?
Same dog. Yep.
So he
Same
must
year,
have.
right?
All right. So Pumpkinhead was 1988. So he
Oh,
obviously
yeah,
got
that's right,
bigger
you're
because he
right.
looks different in Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, it's the same dog.
That's awesome.
So when Phoebe Cates asked the explosive guy how big the explosion would be for the theater, he said, well, we've packed it pretty good. Cates thought, what the hell does that mean? So in the event, or when it went off, it was deafening. She said the heat was so intense, she thought it singed her eyebrows off. It blew the doors off the theater, as you can see in the film, and it shattered windows on buildings at Universal Lot a mile away.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so they didn't plan on that. They didn't plan on it being that big, but it was. So John Pertwee and Mako were seriously considered for the role of Mr. Wing.
All right.
If you've ever seen Avatar, Mako did the voice for Uncle Iroh.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Also Splinter. Rest in peace.
Yep.
Yes, definitely.
Dude, that episode that they do in honor of Mako.
Oh, bro, don't even bring it up, bro.
That shit'll make me tear up thinking about it, dude. I fucking hate it. Like, I love it, but you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those ones where it's like, deep feels, dude.
So I got this tattoo right here, buddy.
Fuck yeah.
Order of
man.
the White
I love
Lotus.
that. Speaking of which, side note, did you see they finally casted Zuko and stuff for the new one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Me too, dude.
So far, with the castings for the live action show, I'm all for it.
I'm sad that the actual like original the creators bounced off of it.
Yeah.
But you know, man, like sometimes creative issues, just because they don't like it doesn't mean it's not going to be a good issue.
I just hope they don't stray super far from the source material.
Correct. No, I agree.
Granted, we already know, we've seen it already. It's kind of like, with the Resident Evil movie. The first ones that came out were fucking, it had little tidbits here and there of Resident Evil. This new one that released.
Jimmy.
Yeah, who does it,
agree.
man?
That was fucking, that doesn't even exist.
So I just got into Avatar about 3 years ago and had never seen it, watched it, and I was like, fuck yeah, I love it.
Dude, it's so good.
I was like, I'm going to watch the movie. It can't be as bad as people say it is. I turned it off halfway.
What's up,
I
Ong?
didn't even finish it.
Who? What's up,
Yeah,
Ong?
Ong. I'm like, who? What the fuck
is Ong?
Yeah, it was trash. So I have one more note before we move on.
Yes.
So this is the first film released in 1984 that starred Corey Feldman. Do any of you know what the second film was?
Oh, I think we do.
Friday the 13th, part 4.
Ding, 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 ding. And also, Corey Feldman was added onto this movie after Stevens, because he was originally supposed to be in E.T., but they axed his part, so they casted him in this as a way of being like, hey, we know we cut you from the other flick, but we want to put you in this one.
Well, the funny part is a year later, he would be doing another Steven Spielberg movie.
Yes, sir.
And another Friday the 13th.
Yes, sir, as well.
While he was filming that Spielberg movie.
Right,
yes.
right.
Yep. But that's all I got. There was a few others that I skipped, but other than that, I mean, there was tons and tons and tons of shit behind the scenes for this film, but
I mean,
I think that'll do her.
It's a big film, dude, with a lot of big names tied to it. And you know what I mean? There's like shit. It's like, dude, what? When we covered like Pilgrim, like, good luck fucking finding that.
Yeah,
you know
good
what I
luck
mean?
finding
Like,
shit. Yeah.
So, all right. That being said, let's bring it on to the main questions of the show.
Yay!
Gentlemen and lady, what format was this watched on?
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
Well, fuck me. We're all on HBO Max.
Bingo!
I fucking own it. And I was I own it. It was literally under the Xbox. And I'm just like, I'm too lazy. It's right there.
You see that white shirt right there?
I do.
Right there. My movie's under that white shirt.
That's awesome. But I mean, like, to be fair, I have it on DVD where HBO is going to be like full, 1080. So I'm like, I don't want. I want the full 1080.
Yeah, true that.
Fair enough.
I might have to get the 2-pack though if it's on Blu-ray.
You know,
yeah,
I
think
feel
with that too.
I feel like on this next question, we're all going to be in sync again.
Okay, yeah, dude. I mean, this is kind of well. I don't.
I'm gonna
I
say it a
feel there
different
could
way,
be some
but
arguments,
yes.
but douche of the film.
Deagle was a cunt. Sorry, not afraid to say it.
Deagle was right
Yep.
there, and then follow up was what the fuck is his name?
Oh,
The
Reinhold.
yeah. Why
But
does
he really,
why
really
does he
wasn't in
always
it that
play
much.
like he always plays a douche in every Christmas movie he's in though?
That's true.
That's true.
He
That
does
is
it
true.
in the Santa Claus fucking
Yeah,
He plays a
psychiatrist.
good douche. He's a good douche.
He is. Yeah,
But he's
a
also a good
typecasting
funny
dude.
guy from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
fair.
would have seen more of him, but they cut most of his other stuff out when they cut it down from 2
My wife
hours and
said
30
he
minutes.
did not look 23 when he was saying he was 23.
No, I would agree.
I was
with
like,
you.
I don't
He
think he's
doesn't.
actually 23. I think he's just said he got that position at 23. Because then I think he continued on and said something at 25. So I was like, I don't know. But yeah, Deagle hands down is and I'm gonna fucking say it. Sorry, cunt. Yeah, dude, straight.
She is the cuntocula of the movie.
Like you just are waiting for the Gremlins to fucking take their shit out on her, dude.
She's like, I'm gonna kill your dog in a dryer. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for
Total
bringing
Wicked
that up.
Witch vibes. Total
Best-
Wicked Witch vibes.
Best scene too, right there, is because she says that and it pans over to some random ass dude and he's just like, "Yep,
That'll do it.
that would do it," and then just cuts back. I don't know why I laughed so hard at that shit.
So
But
there's
it's
there's a sign outside of her. I guess I don't remember if it's outside of her house or whatever, and it said like
Yeah.
Deagle, whatever, and it said open Monday through Thursday or Monday. I don't remember if it said Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday from like 11:15 or no. It was only like a 15-minute span, so it was
You're
like
gonna make me watch it
11:45.
again just to see that scene, dude.
It was like 11:45 to like 12 o'clock or some shit like that. Like it was just like 15 minutes that she was
That's
open for
awesome.
people to go like pay her bills to her or whatever.
It's fucked up.
That's
Wait,
hilarious.
real quick, I had to look it up because
Yeah,
your wife said he doesn't look 23. He wasn't 23.
right.
He was
old was he?
27.
Oh shit!
See, I feel like he was. Yeah,
But he doesn't look older.
No,
but he doesn't
look
look.
older.
But he
I
doesn't
would
look
place him
too
at
much
25.
younger either.
Yeah.
No, I was placing.
I had to look that up. I'm like, well, I got to see how old he was.
all right. Listen, man,
The
the fact that there's like 25-year-olds that play teenagers on shows, so 27 playing a 23-year-old is not that.
Saved by the Bell, anyone?
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
the other thing with Deagle, what was up with she's like, I hate carolers, and she's going outside. She's about to throw water on them in like the middle of winter.
Yeah, because
Like,
she
what?
hates him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
I
she
know,
fucking
but
hates
I
her.
mean,
She's
what
a cunt.
kind of level of insane? I'm gonna freaking throw water on
Yeah.
these people.
I mean,
Freezing
look at
ass
the
water.
woman. She cuts everybody in line to show her that her snowman got knocked over by a dog.
I wish. Oh, so that was my other question. When they are at the bar, because I think they already got Deagle before they went to the bar. Maybe I'm wrong. On the
You're right.
placement.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Was
you're
the
right.
Yeah.
one when they're all playing poker in the back, the one that's dressed like a girl, was he wearing Deagle's shit?
I
Like
think
her
he was
wig and
wearing
stuff?
Deagle shit. Yeah.
Probably.
Oh,
he had her
I didn't even
fucking
think about
scarf
that.
and shit. That fucking
Right, because my wife's like, she looks different. I'm like, because she was wearing a wig beforehand, but now
Yeah.
that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, wait, that gremlin was in a red wig with lipstick and shit. Dude.
Yeah, I was just
That
about to say,
probably
yeah.
he fucking jacked her
that
shit.
makes
Yeah.
it so much better, dude.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Like you want you know they're evil little bastards, but you can't help but
They're fucking
love
hilarious,
them.
dude.
They're fucking great.
See, I want one just so I could be like you. Go take care of business.
Like,
Yeah,
I love just the fact that they all have like guns randomly at all times. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
And they're
ridiculous.
just fucking
dude.
shooting each other like
Yeah, like it's
you're
fucking,
annoying. Fuck you.
dude. It's like an old Wild West cartoon show, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. All right, favorite kill of
Miss
Gremlins.
Deagle.
I mean, Deagle's was great.
I mean,
dude.
come on.
Launch out the
You-
move.
Listen,
But I'm trying to think of.
because I've seen people with those stair lifts. Like, and every time I think I'm like,
I've always wanted to ride one. I'm not gonna lie. I just
They're
want
I
to
was
ride
gonna
one.
buy a house. I literally looked at a house a while back that had one of those chairs, and the only thing that popped in my head was, "This is gonna be fun while I'm drunk, but it reminded me of Gremlins. That's all I can
Like,
fucking
somebody's
think
gonna
of.
fuck with this shit, and I'm gonna fly out the window.
Now, while,
You're gonna be-
while I appreciate Deagle's death, I love her death because fuck her.
Yep.
Spike's death was my favorite death.
Mm,
It was
okay.
gory.
Yeah.
It was fucking gruesome. We got the like the melting. Like it was. That's my favorite death.
Ooh, that's a good call. I didn't even
His
think
melt-
about the actual gremlin deaths like that.
Oh,
his
yeah.
his melting scene reminds me of the melting of the leprechaun.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah. And it's obviously the same effects as the fly, so we get great.
That's what I was just going to say.
Gross
Yeah.
melting awesomeness. Damn, dude, that's a good one. I
Especially-
didn't even think about that.
Especially at the very end when it's like just the skeleton jumps out.
Mhm.
That just made me think so much of The Fly.
Yeah.
Oh, Fly. Such
Dude,
a
that's
great
okay.
movie.
So you know what? I'm gonna have to kind of agree with you both because I feel like best human is Deagle because she's just such a fucking
Yep.
see you next Tuesday. So it's great to see her get her own. But as for all the Gremlins, because obviously the Gremlins definitely get. I mean, Blender Kill is great. Don't get me wrong.
I
love
agree.
Blender Kill.
Yeah.
And Ghostbusters Afterlife, totally. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's homage to Gremlins. If you disagree, watch the two together and tell me you're fucking wrong. Yeah, dude. So, I'm gonna have to go with both, man, because Spike was great. That shit was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Best scene of the movie.
Heather, what do you got?
The bar / poker scene. Just absolute insane mayhem, man. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
That's like Scoob's fucking Molly's every Friday night, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
We need to go there one night.
Yeah, y'all need to come down and I'll show you.
I
a
would
great
love
fucking
to,
time.
dude, man.
Yeah.
I would love to.
So, I'm gonna go with the movie theater scene just
Ooh.
because we
I
get to
hope-
see everybody
I
in there.
hope-
And it's off to a great
Hi,
Okay.
ho.
Best part of that favorite thing is when it cuts back and Gizmo's humming it too. Like that just makes you. If that doesn't make you kind of like go in the inside a little bit, like. My favorite scene is the mom attacking the Gremlins in the kitchen.
Fuck
When
yeah.
it starts,
Nice.
when you just hear, "Do you see what I like?" That I fucking love that whole scene.
So-
it's great. Like it's
That
perfect
song-
horror. It's perfect horror. Like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and
that
the mom's
song still
badass.
creeps me out. That song still creeps me out to this day because of that
Because
scene.
of that scene,
Because of
dude. It's
that scene.
perfect. Every time I hear that song, that is instantaneously what pops in my head is that scene.
I was almost going to make that my pick for favorite song, but I changed my mind. We're not there yet.
There's a lot of good ones there.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are a lot of good ones.
But, Bob, did you say yours, bud?
No, I didn't because I've
What do
been
you got?
kind of see. I agree with Heather on the bar scene, but I love everything after. So it's bar scene forward. Like
All right.
the
Essentially
whole-
the third act. Like
that-
once they cocoon
literally
out,
that the whole movie is a wonderful scene, but that whole third act.
so
Oh.
essentially when the town is just going to fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean the bar scene, like, oh my, clanking beers, swinging from the fucking fan, and then down forward throughout the rest of the movie is my shit.
Remind me, Dick Miller doesn't actually die in this, right? He does. He
No.
returns to
No,
the
no,
second
no,
one,
no.
doesn't he?
No, it was
Yeah,
a
he's in
freak.
part two.
Okay,
They
that's
said
what
it
I
was a freak accident over the radio, but nobody was dead.
Yeah, but the way they leave it, it's kind of ambiguous, so you don't know if like freak accident means like they died because of a freak accident. You know what I mean? Like, but I couldn't remember. Like I said, I haven't seen the second one in a long time. So.
Yeah, well, had he not appeared in the second one, it totally would have been
right.
you know,
He could have
plausible
easily
that
just
he
been like
fucking
he's
died.
dead. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming the one dude who was dressed as Santa that was getting eaten by like 4 of them, he probably died, right? Like I would guess. That's what I wanted to see though. Like I wanted to see like somebody beat a gremlin with another gremlin. You know what I mean? Like just
That would have been
like
fucking great.
yeah, you beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Opening scene, did it hook you in?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was in Chinatown, dude. When he went to the shop,
Chinatown and, you know,
mysterious shop,
yes.
dude. Like,
Yep.
great
Yep.
setup.
and Chinatown in the 80s at that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Everything took place in Chinatown in the 80s, baby.
bro. You could
Still
watch this.
does, according to some people I know.
You could watch like this could put me in the mood for Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh,
Yes, I was thinking the exact same thing.
yes.
Such a great fucking movie.
Instantaneous. All right, so that's a pretty much yes across the board for that one. Most attractive character
Phoebe Cates.
And Gremlins.
Phoebe.
Kate.
bro.
Yeah, Kate.
I mean, come on. No. There is no other alternative.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like big
That's-
fluffy men, the father's quite a handsome guy. I feel, you know.
Actually, I will say that he is a good-looking man.
You know
himself. I will
what? So
say
best part of the dad in this is my old coworker who retired last year. 100% spitting image of the dad from Gremlins, dude.
No
And
shit.
But did he have the voice?
He not exact. I mean, this dude was a country singer, so that's why he had
Yeah,
the voice.
yeah.
He didn't have the voice, but he had the look. He had that salt and pepper hair, the exact shape, dude. And when he had his glasses off and stuff, like when he was like pissed or whatever, like
Yeah.
I even came in and showed him the next day. And he kind of was pissed. He's like, "Oh, that doesn't look like me." And I showed everybody else in the workforce. They're like, "Holy fucking shit, that's Paul." I'm like, "Fucking yeah, it is, dude." Like,
I love him all cheery coming in the house. La, 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 la,
Right?
la,
That's a
like
good
he's all
dad.
happy.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and you know what? That's just good parents because the dad's making shitty inventions and the mom knows it, but she still supports him in the do it.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
You know
That's
what
called
I mean? Like,
that's called love.
so I'm saying this mom, I feel like this mom was previously married to some shitbag people or like to a shitbag person or something like that, and found like that's why she knows how to dual wield knives and handle herself in a fucking fight. But she accepts this the funny husband too. You know what I mean? All right. So did the score set the mood?
Oh,
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a silly question.
Yep.
Perfect Christmas mix.
Mm-hmm.
I love the opening too.
Yes.
It's Christmas. Oh my God, what's the name of the song? Christmas
Wait.
Baby.
No, not Christmas, baby. I know what you're trying to say.
No, I know it's a longer title too, and
it
it's
is
a weirder one because I always fuck it up. But anyways, not a big deal. If you've never seen Gremlins, I'm just gonna tell you right now, go fucking watch it.
That. Then, if you don't want to watch it, go fuck yourself.
If
Yeah,
you have
sorry.
never watched Gremlins, your parents did not love you.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Fair.
Just saying.
I'll
Your
take
parents
that.
hated you.
You were not loved as a child.
All right. So, seeing that the score definitely sets the mood, what was your favorite song of
The-
Gremlins?
Ladies first. Ladies first.
Oh, sorry.
Gremlins Mega Madness. That's what they called the song that was playing all during the bar scene.
Oh, okay.
Is it the
Is that the one where like
one?
where he's like dancing like from fucking Flashdance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's mine. That was my pick.
Never.
I would have to say the whole main theme. Just- Yeah, the whole
All
main
right.
theme for them.
I mean,
Absolutely.
it is a great little theme, dude. That's catchy.
Oh
as shit.
yes. You
Especially because
sing
it
that
plays
to-
it perfectly in the middle, like at the beginning, middle, and then you get into credits again. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Not only
by the
that,
time you
it's
listen to
one
the
of
credits,
those.
you know it.
It's one of those. If you're singing it, it's in your head all day.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, all day, literally from watching it last night.
Yep.
Yeah.
100% agree with that. Favorite song, dude. I'm still gonna have to go with the one from my favorite scene, dude. Do you hear what I hear?
Yeah.
You hear what
It's just
I hear.
I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite Christmas song, but the way it was used in that scene, everything is just
Mhm.
perfect.
Yeah, that was definitely my second choice.
I
All
better
right.
not be no ghost. I don't need to hear that.
Favorite character. of 1980.
Gizmo.
shit. I was gonna say Gizmo, but
I mean, Gizmo is the most lovable character in the film for sure.
you know something? We just talked about him. Father.
The dad was cool.
I'll give the dad some credit. Come on. He coming in like, yo, look at this present I got you, son. Love you.
I'm
He's
gonna
all
go with the
cheery.
rando dude, and I wish he was in it more, but I'm gonna go with Dick Miller's character.
Mr. Futterman?
I liked how crazy he was, dude, just
Oh,
going
yeah.
off on his stories about World War II. I don't know. Dick Miller just fucking I always get him anyways. But.
I'm gonna say pre-Gremlin Spike.
Ooh. All right.
Okay.
Because he's cute. He's cute, but he's still got that fuck you attitude.
Fucking
you know?
Hawks loogies and shit.
Yeah, dude, that wasn't a loogie. That was like fucking straight up puke.
That was nasty, dude.
Yeah, that was some nasty shit.
He fucking launched some puke at poor Gizmo. Gizmo's just sitting there playing his trumpet, all happy and shit. And then
Right?
fucking-
He's just chilling with the
And
dog.
Spike is like, fuck
like,
you.
fuck you. Fuck you and your happiness. And you know, and I go with Spike because most days when I wake up in the morning, I feel like Spike. So
When I go
Spike's
to
my
work,
favorite
I
character.
am. I agree. When I go to work, I turn into Spike.
yeah.
All right. So, and I'm actually excited to talk about this question. Was it scary?
No.
Ultimately, to me,
Well-
right now, no. But when I
No.
watched it as a kid, it fucking was, dude. And I'm not even gonna lie that it was. Like, once again, this is family introduction horror. I think we've all said it. Brody even said it. And it's meant to scare kids, dude. There's some dark scenes we've definitely fucking talked about. I know my daughter still questions it. Like, she'll still watch it because Gizmo's cute and shit. But you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely questionable scenes.
And also, it's based in a time of year where kids shouldn't be scared.
Correct.
So it's almost like between this movie and Krampus, yes, it's introductory horror. Both can be said to be so.
I feel like this is a little bit lighter than Krampus.
Oh, yes. But what I'm getting at is these are the movies you show your kids if they're being bad. Here's what might happen.
Fair.
I mean, yes,
Krampus could work for sure on that.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, man. Like I said, not scary to adults. Definitely dark. Definitely like there's like we said before, the whole her backstory. Like, that's not scary, but it's just like that is a fucking downer and a half for the
that's a depressing moment.
Right? Daddy in the chimney. So that leads it to, does it hold up today?
Fuck yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's why they're not rebooting it. They're making a third one. Hopefully.
And if anybody says it doesn't, kiss my ass.
No, like this is one you would never need to reboot. You could always just be like, Gremlins.
Yep,
There you go. More Gremlins.
There you go.
More
There you
Gremlins.
fucking go. And
somebody else now owns. Right, like you could go a whole Chucky thing. Now somebody new owns Gizmo, and then you bring back like the dude from the old ones because now he's got to come in and like help. You know what I mean? Like
you bring in the grandson because the grandson they never showed him again after the first fucking scene, and he's not in part 2. You never see the grandson in part 2 because, of course, he's older.
The grandpa kicked him out of the shop for selling fucking Gizmo.
Yeah,
there you go.
He's like, I had to chase this shit down.
I had to go find this
town
shit.
that's got people dead now, like all because you try to make a fucking sale.
No, maybe he was really the douche of the film. Then the grandson.
That's what you're thinking right there, dude. He's the original
money hungry bastard.
And you know what? Like he actually tried abiding by the rules. It was an accident, obviously, the first time Gizmo got wet. So
way to go, Corey Feldman.
Right?
Always.
How was the acting in the movie?
It was good. Really good.
Not a bad actor at all. Not a bad scene.
Nope. And I even like the stage lot scenes because even though you know it's a stage lot, something is very like comforting about. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like just it's the fake.
You know it's the fake snow, but you're like, damn, this is Christmas.
Right.
I think that's what it is. It's like this is Christmas.
It feels like that little Christmas village you set up on that table, or you know what I mean? Like
exactly.
It gives you that homey feeling. I call it.
Yes,
you feel warm.
Like if you want to throw Gremlins in the middle of a Hallmark marathon, that's the way to get me to watch Hallmark movies. You know.
It's magic.
Speaking of Hallmark movie, though. They almost got me into it, dude, but I still won't watch it. But Bruce Campbell's in one this year.
Oh, I have to watch it then.
And when I heard that, I was like, Bruce, what are you doing? And granted, he's an actor and he's got to get jobs. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, it can't all be horror. But he plays a folk singer or something in it, dude. Like,
what the fuck?
I'll have to check it out. I'll probably
I don't know.
But I have to see it.
I mean, listen, I want to watch Black Friday. That's my Campbell movie for the year, for the new one. I still need to watch that one.
Definitely.
But, and Michael Shai. So acting was great. Cinematography of the movie.
I think Brody said it. Nothing to write home about, but there were still some good shots with the Gremlins.
Right.
Especially with the Gremlins because they had to hide so much.
I think some of the theater shots are some of the best ones, like even though they're superimposed and shit. Like,
okay,
go ahead. Bud.
You said that. My favorite shot is when they're behind the screen.
Oh yeah,
the shadows.
And they look almost like perfectly animated, but they look so freaky.
But here's the thing: wouldn't the light from the projector had burned them?
Yes. So why didn't it?
Loophole. Bright light.
I didn't even think about that. That is a bright ass fucking light shining at the screen. Now I get they could probably watch the movie. That's fine, whatever. I'll give them a pass on that. But running towards the screen like that,
right?
They would
because you're gonna put yourself in the path of the projector at that point.
Right.
So
Now, it would have
I didn't
been cool
even
had
think
someone
about
like
that,
caught
dude.
fire or some shit. That would have been cool, like, and then using the
Right.
other bodies to like fucking block them or some
Ooh.
shit. But
that'd be
you know.
sweet.
whatever. And I just
Maybe
thought of that right
maybe
now.
the third one, dude. Maybe they'll like clean all this shit up. And, you know what I mean?
That would be nice.
I thought there was some really just cool lighting. Like they used greens and blues, and I like
the
yeah.
Christmas hues done with the lighting and stuff like that were great too in this. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's one. So like last year we talked about the remake of Black Christmas,
Yeah.
and it was a bad movie, but the lighting in it was cool. You know what I mean? Like anytime you get really good Christmas lights and you do well with it, I think it definitely hits it, makes it feel that rich Christmas, movie.
The snow helps it too.
I know, dude. I want to play in the fucking fake snow. Like I say that though, but it's like, dude, like give it 2 weeks and I'll be fucking about a foot deep in that shit anyway.
You get real snow, so shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up.
I'm hoping to
You
get
say that like it's a good thing, man. I gotta be
You know
out
what?
there fucking.
It is a good thing because
It
I
is.
want that shit here, okay?
I want
I'm
snow
not
too,
gonna-
Scuba.
man.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I do love going out back and sledding with my daughter. It is fucking great.
Like,
But
the one time it snowed during Christmas time here, I was like and I was such a Grinch before that Christmas, but when it fucking snowed here in South Texas on Christmas,
you're just
that's
skipping,
when
like,
my whole fucking, like, my heart grew 2 sizes too big. Like, that was the
But you're
Christmas.
in Texas, dude. So you definitely should. So I could understand that. You know what I mean? Like you should never get the snow. So the fact that you
Yeah.
did,
caca.
I'm hoping that we get some snow in the next couple of weeks.
yeah, it could be one. Maybe it's going to be one of those weird, like it's almost like summer temperature or like fall temperatures all the way up to Christmas, and you're like no snow, and then by the time nobody wants snow, you're like, oh, here you go,
Yeah.
Probably.
3 fucking feet.
Well, just to, let you guys know how it is. So a cold front blew in as I was driving home from work.
Ooh,
Cold front. We are down to a whopping 67 degrees.
fuck, dude.
Oh God, no.
We had a heat front today, and we were up to 46 degrees.
We had that too, and it was 55 degrees.
Like
Yeah, we're
today,
about.
I hate it here. I fucking hate it here.
I almost even wasn't gonna wear a hoodie to work today. I was just gonna rock the shorts and the shirt, but I was like, it's under 50. Scoobs is like, oh, it got cold.
Whatever.
72.
No, I'm and they were like, oh, because we have theme days at school. So today was wear your winter gear. And so I was like, ooh,
Who
let me
the fuck
check
has
the
winter
temperature.
gear in Texas?
Well, so I'm like, hey, I asked Siri, hey Siri,
A
what's
heat
the
front.
weather
I
out?
don't fucking know.
And it's like 78 degrees outside. And I'm like, what the fuck? Not wearing a fucking. So I just wore my vest with my hood and I said, this is my winter gear because it's never fucking cold here.
what you got to do is you got to go like just like gym shorts and like just a strap shirt because you got to be one of those guys that are just in the middle. You know what I mean? Like there's always that dude.
There's always
I'm
that guy.
that dude in the shorts at least, but I'm
That's
not
my
wearing
buddy
just-
Tony.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's always him. It doesn't matter how
like
cold it
literally-
gets, he's outside.
fucking freezing tits out there. Like everybody's just like, oh, there's that one dude's like, what's up?
So Joe,
I'm
go ahead, Bobby. That's you.
I'm the one who's in jeans and a t-shirt going. Oh, this
No, but I
feels
mean, like-
wonderful.
I mean, like just gym shorts and like a fucking tank top, dude, out in like 10-degree weather.
So Joe just said South Texas winters are awesome. All 2
All
weeks.
2
of it.
weeks of it.
Now, but all 2 weeks of it, okay? Because we get about 2 weeks of winter,
Right,
but
right.
it's spread out throughout the months. So it's not like back to back to back 2 weeks straight. It's like a day here, a day there. It does not fucking stay cold here.
See, don't get me wrong. I do love snow. It's the consistent dumping when I got to be out there 3 times a day, fucking snow blowing that shit to keep my driveway
Yeah.
clear so I can get the fuck out. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the days that I'm like, all right, fuck snow. I think the rest of the time I'm cool with it. It doesn't bother me. Like
Right, I agree with that.
it's amazing though, where you can live where it snows. And people will live there their entire lives, so they know how to drive in winters. But every time winter comes around again, it's like everybody fucking forgets, dude. It's amazing.
Preach.
It's like, what is snow? How do I drive in this? What is this? No. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. Put your winter tires on, go 5 below the speed limit. That's all you got to do. You're good to go.
Or if you got a car that won't fit, stay the fuck home in them.
Oh my god, yeah, right. Alrighty, gentlemen and lady, where are we at?
Premise.
Oh, little creatures on Christmas. Yeah,
Love it.
Sold.
Wonderful.
Awesome. All right. I don't even think we really need to answer this one, but we're going to anyways. Recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot.
Just rewind.
Yeah. Rewind for fucking days.
Rewind and reboot.
Give me a third one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, give me the
Reboot it with the third one.
Third
Reboot it
one.
with the third
Yeah,
one.
give me
So
the third
rewind.
one.
Yep, rewind and
Alright.
reboot for me.
Alrighty, we are.
I would sort of have a little bit of interest in seeing like a rated R, really gruesome, bloody version, but I don't know. I'd be torn because I don't know if it would ruin the original for me.
say,
or-
would it-
I don't
I
know.
just
would
feel
you
it would
keep
take away
the
the
humor in?
lightheartedness.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
Because if you had the humor in it, but you were super dark, you're going on trauma level film. I feel, which
But
could
but I do
work.
I do agree with Heather. I just kind of want to see
Listen, we're horror
a
fans.
rated
Of course
R
we wanna
version.
see it, dude. Like if Shudder wants to make their version of Gremlins, bring it the fuck out.
But
dude.
keep
You
the
know what I mean?
gremlin design the same.
Yeah,
The Mogwai design the same. Don't go and
Yeah.
fucking 2021 the shit and
Yeah.
fucking create a whole new look.
Well, maybe
No.
we just keep the same Gremlins, but we do like Gremlins in the Hood or something like that. So we go like fucking crazy. And you just do like, so you just do fucking Gremlins like taking out like fucking meth heads and shit. So
No,
then
I
like, who
could-
gives
I
a
could-
shit? You know what I
I
mean?
can see
Like,
Spike in a suit with a hat with an M16 having a good time.
bro, no. First and foremost, he'd be pimping. You know that he'd be coming straight up, dude.
I want to
looking
see
like-
Gremlins take over the White House.
I would not be
Oh,
opposed to that either, dude.
Gremlins
That'd be
3, Washington, D.C.
that or like an amusement park, dude. Could you imagine a water park?
Amusement park?
A water park. Holy shit. That would just be fucking horrible.
Oh my
Drop him at
God.
Disney, dude, and put him in the water park part of
But
Disney,
I would
dude, and then
still-
just go fucking ham.
I would still want some of the essence of part 2 because the designs for the Gremlins were upped. They didn't all look the same. They all
Right.
had different, designs for them. And then once they injected them with different
Serums and shit,
different
yeah.
serums and shit, we got all these cool looking Gremlins that we're
Bro.
probably never gonna get again.
Spider Gremlin was always my favorite.
Bat
dude.
Gremlin was fucking great,
Bat
and he
Gremlin was
was fun-proof.
bro.
Now,
Bat Gremlin was good.
okay. So what about this? Because Sun Gremlin didn't die. And who's to say if the gremlins actually need to breathe? So what happens if they're demolishing the building? He breaks free, falls in water, and boom, gremlins in New York.
Yeah. I mean, technically, the female one's still alive at the end.
And the female one never fucking died either. She was blowing the dude.
What if what's his name fucking comes on her and the cum makes her fucking
No, that's too far. That's too far.
No, that's perfect.
We just went feast. We just went feast level for
Yes.
Gremlins, dude.
Yes. Oh shit.
Like, feast is a
no.
totally different fucking monster.
I'm
Which
not
I'm
really
going to
talking about
rewatch
that.
again this week because that was fucking great.
What feast?
Yeah.
I told you it's a great fucking movie.
I watched it once already. I'm going to watch
Well,
it again.
I don't. We haven't. Chad hasn't done our list for next year, but I did put it in there
Yes.
for my pick, so it is there.
yeah.
And I was just looking up Spider Gremlin again. Yeah, that thing fucking freaky as shit.
Spider-
Oh, it's
Wow,
scary.
since I've-
He's the most horrifying. I mean, Mohawk, because Mohawk's the one who turns into
Yeah,
the Spider Gremlin. So he's the. I mean, and he was the most scariest looking gremlin out of the bunch to begin with.
mm-hmm.
But when he's the spider form, and I would love to get my hands on that NECA, but it's like fucking $200, dude.
That's that they only. I think they only made them limited. I don't think they
Yeah,
really
they did.
released
Sure
a
they
lot
did.
of them. So I gotta find it too. Trust me.
Yeah.
But all right,
Monster
let's
movie.
rate this bitch. Bobby, start me off. What do we got?
4.5.
4.5. All right. Scuba,
I'm giving this baby a 5, solid 5.
solid 5. Wow. All right. Heather,
I think I'll go with Bobby, 4.5.
4.5. And I know I'm gonna sound like the bitter guy because I'm going low score, but it's not really that low. I'm gonna go
Negative
4.3.
Okay.
Okay, that's not bad.
Well,
won't
no,
hurt
because
you.
like I said, it's not a perfect movie by any means. Scoobs has definitely listed a bunch of plot holes this episode.
And
That doesn't change the fact that it's still not an amazing.
I
fun
love it
movie.
that much, though.
Right.
I love it that much.
I agree, and so that gives us a score of 4.6. for Gremlins 1984. We need to message the Chad Daddy to write that down. Awesome. All right.
Oh, real quick, one thing I was
Yes.
almost forgetting. Just the pool, that scene was like, I mean, it's not really a scene, it's just an effect, I guess. That's why I didn't make it my favorite scene. But I don't know, there's something about that, the bubbling of the pool and them panning away, and I just freaking loved that.
The strobes in the water is what, like, I dig
The
that
whale
shit.
noises too, like when they're like moaning and shit. Like,
Yeah, right. It's just fucking
Uh-huh.
weird. No, that was good. I dug that. There's another movie where something gestates in a pool like that. What the fuck is it? I know AVP has a pool scene, but it's not that. There's something.
The Faculty.
Oh, The Faculty's a good one. Yeah.
Thank you.
The Faculty.
Great movie, terrible CGI, but I still love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, great movie. CG.
Yeah, Robert Patrick's amazing. All right, so next episode, we will have RoboFuck on with us.
Yeah, buddy. Tyler.
We got to dust him off because we haven't had him in a fucking while. But he's excited because I messaged him and Heather on the same day for these episodes, and he will be covering with us a Christmas horror story, which is Chad Daddy's pick. We might even have Chad Daddy too, so it might be a 5-er episode next week. It might be a
buddy.
Christmas
Wonderful.
spectacular. But I can't do that.
Before we jump into nerd news, though, because we
No,
do
go
have
right
nerd
ahead,
news
sir.
coming. Heather, thank you so much for filling in.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank
Love
you.
having you on. We have not been on a podcast together since we did the review
Yeah.
for the 100th episode. So
Oh shit, that was fucking
66
well over a year
episodes
ago. Yeah.
So it's good to see your face.
Wait, how many? That's really. Oh my God! Wow, we are 160. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So-
thank you for joining us so much.
Thank you guys
very
for
much,
having
buddy.
me.
Absolutely.
That's so great. I really
You were
needed
the first.
a
You
distraction.
were the first thought when Scoobs picked Gremlins because it was like, well, Heather's
Yeah.
been asking for Gremlins too, so we got to
Yeah.
have her.
Nice.
So just to let you guys know, for you listeners out there, Christmas Horror Story is on Prime, Vudu, and all that good shebang. So you can pretty much find it anywhere.
Nice.
So I'm excited. I've never watched it, and I've always wanted to watch it. So
This will
Yeah,
be
I've
my.
never seen it either.
This will be my second viewing. It is a fun movie, but
you
like
did
I
say that last year. I
But-
remember you said you liked
but
it a lot.
like I said, I did like it, but like I said, don't go fully into it thinking what you're thinking, but go into it going, it's going to be a fun movie for sure.
Right. I mean, Santa versus Krampus, dude. I'm not thinking high thoughts anyways. I'm just thinking like maybe some sweet ass
Well,
shit.
there's a reason why I say this, because the ending, when I watched it, I was like, wait, what? So you'll see.
All right.
You'll see.
All right.
I'm
Oh,
excited.
Johnny,
Yo.
are you going to make sure you get Santa sleigh in this Christmas? Do you do it every year?
I try to. I haven't watched it yet, but it is definitely one of my main. So, like, there's the family ones that we do, obviously, like, you know, Home Alone 2,
Mhm.
Jingle All the Way, all that good shit. We did watch a new one yesterday on HBO Max called 8-Bit Christmas.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't see that.
With Neil
It
Patrick
was-
Harris.
It was pretty funny. It wasn't, like, hysterically funny.
Yeah.
The ending definitely got me, and I did not expect it, honestly. But it's think of it almost like a new age Christmas story. But it's all about, instead of a Red Ryder BB gun, it's all about getting the Nintendo.
Getting the Nintendo, yeah. I didn't get done watching it. I started it last night, but I passed out because I shouldn't have started it. Because
I'm not going to lie, Scoobs. You might tear up at the end. I'm just
Son of
going
a
to give you,
bitch.
I'm going to give you the heads up, buddy.
Son of a bitch. I love NPH. He's
Well,
one of my
I'm just saying,
favorite actors.
like, yeah. I don't want to
All right, don't ruin it
just
for me.
saying,
I'll finish it tonight.
like, I teared up at the end, dude. I'm not going to lie, dude. Like, you know what I mean? But, like,
I just
feel
looked it up, and it shows this kid with a Bears hat on.
Yeah.
yeah, that's,
That's pretty sweet.
it's a funny movie, and, like, especially products of the 80s.
Is it set in Chicago?
It is.
Think so?
Yeah, it's set in Chicago. So Neil Patrick Harris and his daughter, from what I've seen so far, they go back to his parents' house.
Yep.
She wants a cell phone. He's like, no, you're not getting a cell phone. So then he starts telling her the story about how he got his Nintendo, and then it flashes back to
And the best
him as
part
a
is,
kid.
so like we watched this with me and my wife, my daughter. So not only is this a very nostalgic trip back to the 80s for all of us products of the 80s, so you'll be like right there at home. I would love to hear Chad Daddy's thoughts on this movie. But it was a good learning lesson for my daughter because she was asking questions. But the best part is, as she's asking me questions, all of a sudden the movie goes back to the present, and it's his daughter asking. She's like, "Wait, what the fuck's going on?" And he's like, "Listen, it's the 80s. That's how things were. Don't try to make sense of it."
I liked it when he's telling her at the very beginning when he's like, "Oh, it took me 8 minutes to get to that kid's house," and she's like, "Were you wearing a helmet?" And it shows him with the beanie on.
Yep.
And then he's like, "Oh yeah, of course I was wearing a helmet." And then the helmet pops on. Yeah.
And then she's like, "Is it green?" And he's like, yeah, it was green." And then it changes to green. There's another part they do that where she's like, "Were you wearing safety glasses?" He's like, "Yeah, we always wear safety glasses in the fucking 80s." And they're like, "Really?" And it goes back and it's like, actually, he's wearing just a brown paper bag.
I'm gonna have to check this movie.
It's a cute Christmas movie. It's a good family one.
Okay, all right.
No like level of like Jingle All the Way by any means, but
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid,
I just watched
Donner,
that the other
Blitzen.
day, dude. So that's why I keep bringing it up because I fucking love it.
I love Jingle All the Way.
But anyways, all right, on to the last segment of the podcast, and that would be the nerd news. So let's get nerdy. What are we talking about today?
I'll start it off. I'll kick it off here.
Go ahead, buddy.
So, most people forgot about this, but the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre that is going on Netflix gave us its trailer a few days ago. And now I'm a big Chainsaw fan. I like the trailer. I'm like, okay, I like what I'm seeing. But then I heard some of the plot details, which is here.
I read them, and I just don't know if I want to trust them or not.
Sort of.
Oh,
stroking out, Bob.
Stroking out, Bobby. The first time this episode, too. Man.
And you're only in the yellow, but you definitely froze on us.
Yes.
Reset, buddy. All right.
Damn it.
Hold on. I'm going to take him out.
Before we get him back, so while we get him back, did you guys finish watching Chucky?
No. But if you got spoilers, go right ahead. That's fine.
It's not even a spoiler, but it has been renewed for a season 2.
Yes.
Sweet.
We'll be getting a season 2 of Chucky.
No, I don't think he's reset. Fuck, he is in the red.
He said a storm came through.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, so that was one, and then
okay.
They also announced that Shang-Chi 2 is going to happen, without a doubt.
And it was that, and there was a series happening alongside.
And a series happening along at Disney as well.
Fuck yeah, and Mr. Amone?
No.
Mr. Amone?
The Gremlins got him.
The Gremlins got you, Bobby.
Wait. Am I still here?
Oh,
you're there.
We got a Mama Amone shot.
Mama Amone.
Yeah. Awesome.
Am I still here?
Yeah, you're there.
Here. You're in the green. You're a little fuzzy, but your audio's fine.
We have a storm going here.
Okay. So what were you saying, bud?
So the plot details that came up are from a very reliable source. They're even on Bloody Disgusting, although things can be fake. We discussed in the chat. Yeah, I'm a little flaky on some of those two. I'll be straight up honest.
Yeah, it seemed like they're trying to go maybe a little too woke, and unfortunately that usually kind of fucking kills your movie.
But at the same right here. But at the same time, are you still here?
Yeah.
Yep. It's a little choppy, but you're good.
At the same time, these kids, what it says, bought this town and kick everybody out. No offense, kind of like that. For once,
that's an interesting detail.
I kind of want, for once, people I don't have to like to just fucking go.
You know what? I'm not going to disagree with you on that. That's a valid point.
And the sad part is, especially based on dating, a lot of people who probably think that way. And
so literally,
is the perfect man to do it.
So we're getting a group of Deagles essentially coming in, and then just getting their comeuppance. I'm not opposed to that. I still question the method of 70-year-old Leatherface.
Was this supposed to take place after Texas Chainsaw? Are they tying it
No,
into
it's
any other
present
flick, or-
fucking day.
Huh.
So
After the original.
The retcon. So nothing else happened after 74 that we know of. I'm
See,
sure
I don't
something
like
will bring
that.
up. I know they're doing what 3D did, but 3D could have been better. We've talked about that many times. Fucking producers. This though, like I agree with Brody. I feel like the coloring's on point, but I just don't want him to go like too woke on this. I don't know. Because that's
I
what
think
ruined
this-
the new Black Christmas. You know what I mean?
I think this is one that we just
Bobby Stroke
have to watch.
I mean, I have Netflix, so there's no reason not to.
And I mean, it's also the Chainsaw movies. I mean, you had Leatherface that was terrible. It was
Are you talking about the
utterly
new,
terrible.
like the Leatherface that came out in like 2014 or whatever?
Yeah, that was just utterly. There's no redeeming. Utterly fucking terrible.
You know what?
And then you had 3D that could have been better, but still a decent movie. You can't give it that. You take out one line and it's even better.
Yeah, and some shitty CGI.
Yes.
That's fine. No, dude, I agree though. It looks interesting. I'm crossing my fingers that it'll be good, but I guess we'll see. When does that drop? Do you know?
That is dropping February 18th. And also, Fright Rags is going to have their own collection of T-shirts when that comes out. So that is going to be following the movie as well.
Nice.
Well, I know what I'm doing for my birthday. My birthday is February 16th.
Yeah.
Buying T-shirts.
Awesome. So going back to what Scoob was hitting on the Marvel topics, and he brought up that Shang-Chi 2 got, what do you want to say? Announced?
Yeah, they
I was
announced
gonna
it.
say-
On
I was
top
gonna
of a
say
sequel. We are also keeping our fucking Daredevil.
Yes.
Which makes me very happy, dude, because I'm fucking, oh my God, I'm brain farting on the name. Matt Murdock's actually Daredevil's name. What the fuck's the dude's name that's actually playing him?
Cox.
Andrew?
No,
Is it Alec? No.
I forget his first name. Let me look it up. Give me a second.
Yeah, right. This is terrible. But yeah, I'm glad they're continuing him. I feel like they had to announce that though, because like the Spider-Man leaks that he's already been in, like shown in pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
So was there anything else we had, gentlemen?
I got one
Charlie-
more thing.
Charlie
no, you-
Cox.
Charlie Cox. Thank you, sir.
I had one more thing I thought was interesting because you guys video gaming. I need to get a system, so I can't say nothing. They're doing a Doc Chronicles: The Rise and Fall of Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Released by a company, or it's going to be released by a game of so gamers with a V subbing for the A. So they're going to be doing The Rise and Fall of Duke Nukem.
I mean,
Nice.
dude, the Duke Nukem game that came out in 2000.
It was Duke Nukem 3D,
Wow.
right?
No, Duke Nukem 3D was the first.
Or that's it. Yeah,
that
that's
was
right.
the first actual like 3D shooter one. Because technically there is an old school Duke Nukem that's a 2D like side scroller kind of thing. No, what the Duke? I think it was Duke Nukem Forever. I think it was.
Yes.
Fucking terrible because
Mhm.
they took 10 years to make a game and it went through 3 different systems before it finally came out, and it was fucking garbage. So you took an amazing like series and just shit all over it.
But yes, they are going to be doing a documentary on him. It doesn't have a release date here, but
Who's putting that out?
soon. It's literally the game company is called Gamers with a V. I'll send it to you in the chat.
All right.
I guess it's probably V Gamers. I would assume it is, but I'm going to send it to you.
Awesome. Anything else we got, crew?
That's all I got.
Say, I know on the Ghostbuster news, any Proton Pack people,
Oh,
we hit over 13,000. So if you got the new Spengler pack, you got the new Spengler book and some decals coming. I think they're just these aren't the pack decals. The pack decals are already coming with the hose. This one, I think, is just like actual like. Just
They're
Ghostbuster
they're
stickers.
ones that you could put, kind of decorate whatever.
Yeah,
you
you
want
can
to
just put whatever the
decorate.
fuck you want, pretty much.
But listen, guys, if you help us get it to the 15, we get the cool fucking stand. You get everything with it.
We're so close because we're at high 13s right now. It's just under 14,000. So
Yeah.
Scoobs, Heather, if you want a proton pack,
Bro, if I had the cash and I'm
like, I would have fucking ordered that shit.
I would have,
weeks ago.
yeah.
You know that.
Yo.
But I am so fucking hard up for cash right now. It's like, fuck, man. That's
Sell
why
a
I'm trying.
child, dude.
Well, dude, that's why I'm trying to sell like the masks and shit that I have, and then I have this guy that's been wanting to buy this Freddy Krueger mask for me for like fucking months now, and he messaged me while I was out of town. He's like, "Yo, I'm ready to buy the mask." I'm like, "Cool, I'll hit you up when I get back in town." And I'm like, "Yo, nothing." And I'm like, "You motherfucker!"
Wait.
Like, I'm gonna put it up. Like,
Wait, what mask is it?
my Marcio Freddy Krueger mask.
So I don't know if you know this or not, but the money doesn't come out till actually the ship date.
It doesn't.
Oh, no shit.
So
Yeah,
you
so
can
I don't
put
know
it
if that
down.
I don't know if that changes anything for you, sir.
Oh, I mean, it does, sir, because I did not know that.
Because it does. Initially, it only takes out $15 to hold
Yes.
your reservation.
Oh.
So
I
you
think
can
we
pay it.
could-
Okay, you can pay the full up front, but now Eric said, Eric's a buddy from my Ghostbusters group. I thought maybe it takes out the day it ends, but I thought it was actually at launch. It takes when the campaign
Comes out when
ends.
campaign
Okay,
ends.
so
yeah, there's no
all right.
fucking way. If there's not that much time, there's no fucking way. And I
so what are
really,
your kids? So
I
what are your-
really fucking want one, but what I'm gonna do is I've already been looking up a whole bunch of cool, mods and shit that I can do to my spirit pack. So that's just gonna have to do for now. I'll, if I can
you
get a
got 3D
Hasbro pack
printer,
later,
homie. You can fucking print one.
I know, and I've been looking at stuff. There's just so much shit to get and so much shit to print. I don't know where to fucking start. So I'm active in the Spirit Proton Pack group on Facebook. They've been sending me links and giving me, oh, well, you can get this on Etsy for this much, and I'm like, well, I can fucking 3D print that. I just need a file.
Oh
to
yeah,
fucking
dude.
print that. So, and then I did see a lot of people modding the Spirit Pack with the Hasbro with the fucking.
Oh yeah, tons of people put it. We've actually a couple people in our groups they did that too.
Yeah. So, but I want to go all out, rewire, add lights, put a fucking speaker in the bitch, fucking. There's a lot of shit I want to do, and I'm like, I can do this. I'm confident I can do this.
Did you get your Alice frame yet?
I have it in my cart on Amazon. I already have that.
Frame.
Bobby,
get your Alice frame too, even though you're not getting your pack for 2 more years.
I mean, listen, and the weird part is like everybody's like, why don't you build one? It's like, I want to, but I have too much other crap that I'm trying to do first for cosplay. So I'm like, I'm fine with that being on reserve for 2 years. I'm totally fine with that. Work on this other stuff, and then eventually, if it's like, fuck it, I'll build one while I have 2. I don't give a shit.
To answer that question, building one is time and money. And to buy one straight out is still way cheaper than to build one.
Oh, I know.
Yes. Hey, no, I'm just saying for anybody who's like questioning why, you would easily spend the amount doubly on what you would to build it instead of just getting what you're going to get in this package.
Well, see, and I'm pretty tech savvy with some stuff, so that's why I feel. I mean, of course, I'm not going to have the badass fucking shit that the Hasbro pack has, but I can do shit to that. Listen, and cosmetically, and then add a sound card.
People have done amazing things with spirit packs, dude.
Yeah.
Hands in, hands down. Shit. I mean, just different color schemes, add in shit. I mean, you name it, you get it, dude. There's a couple different kits out there. Like Franken Geek makes one. That's like the light kit specifically for the spirit like pack and wand. Dude, if you want the Spengler one on there, that's fine. Like I said, I would, or at least start printing an 80% wand.
Yeah. Well, that was the plan,
Yeah.
and I have the files. But like I said, it's not just, it's piece by piece that I have to print.
Right.
So,
oh, yeah, dude. There's a dude I work with, man. Like, just the cyclotron alone was 4 pieces that you got to, you know what I mean? Like, so it takes time.
And I know I could build it because I like to build shit, but,
Speaking of building and Ghostbuster stuff, Bobby, is there anything that you would like to mention maybe coming up?
Oh, yes. So this Friday at approximately 7 p.m., the Machine Shop, my show that has been kind of dormant for a bit, and it's just been busy, sorry for everybody out there who likes it, is going to have a special Ghostbusters equipment episode featuring, are you all ready for this? The man, the Fluff Master Supreme, along with another friend of ours, Corey Kaufman.
Corey Kaufman.
I'm going to have them come on.
Maniac.
I'm going to have them come on and discuss. We're going to discuss proton packs and the wands and equipment because I now have one of the wands. I know how it works, and I got the proton pack coming. But these guys also built it. We're going to discuss that approximately 7 p.m. I got to give that time to Corey. I told him 6:30, but I changed it to 7.
Well, we can
So
hop in
everybody's
6:30 and do the bullshit until 7.
Yeah, that's fine. So we're going to do that this Friday, and we're going to talk some Ghostbusters shit.
Yeah,
Our
it'll be
a special Ghostbusters holiday edition.
Yeah, it'll be like a GB 101 essentially. Go over all the
Absolutely.
pack part names and shit like that.
I will be joining in the chat.
Hell
Would you?
yeah.
I mean, Steve, you're more. If you want to kind of
Look, no, you guys, these guys are the masters. I have no place in this. I just want to watch and learn. That's it.
It's gonna be fun because I mean, not that we've like discussed how we're gonna do this, but in my head, like I figured like I'm probably gonna have my pack here, and I imagine Corey's probably gonna have his behind him too, right? So this is gonna be almost like an elementary education model where you can pull out like the long stick and be like, now this is the booster tube, this is the booster ladder. You know what I mean? Like we'll go through all the little parts and all the little bullshit. It'll be fun.
And like I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, but you two literally are
Ghostbusters.
So like I'm here, you guys are up here, you're off the screen.
Dude, I'm not even there. There's people way the fuck above me, man.
Well, for me, you guys are, and I'm a huge, like I said, big Busters fan. So, but
What
having
does
you two is
HGA stand for?
Oh, he's gonna put me on the fucking spot.
Oh,
you get one
fuck you,
question.
Eric.
Listen, you get one question tonight. The rest have to be saved for Friday.
I was gonna say I know where it is, but I can't remember exactly what it stands for. But it is the top piece up near the your gun. But hell yeah. I mean, Joe and Scoobs are
yes,
real.
we are.
Ghostbusters.
We're real Ghostbusters, but they're real Ghostbusters. We just hunt. We're not
You
even
know what's funny?
Ghostbusters. We're ghost hunters.
There's every time we get suited up, there's at least half of the time we get asked if we actually do real ghost investigations. And it's amazing. And I'm like, why do I mean, like, I'm not saying I'd be opposed to it, but no, we don't. Like, you know,
Eric said,
hydrogen gas.
accumulator.
Now, Eric, all right, so I got to give a shout out to my boy Eric here because Eric is the dude who got me into GB cosplay.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, so this motherfucker I met back in 2013, and we met actually playing Ghostbusters the video game.
Nice.
Randomly enough, after like an hour long of playing and just shooting the shit, we found out we live 40 minutes away from each other.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Yeah. So, needless to say, he's like, hey, Ernie Hudson's coming to a con that's going to be 2 hours away from us in 3 months. And I was like, oh, no shit. I'm building a slime blower. And then the next day I started building a slime blower.
Fuck yeah.
And so, yeah, that was my Ghostbusters history lesson right there. For at least my shit. But,
You know, and I feel like communities like that for films, like just bring people together that never would have met. I never would have met you guys.
dude.
I never would have met you guys had I not jumped into the Friday the 13th community. You know what I mean? Because that's
This is true.
how it all started, you know? And
Bro, like, if it wasn't for Gallo, I would have never even, like, met TJ or Chad. You know what I mean? Like, that's the
Yeah.
whole...
If-
it's crazy, dude. Like, I love our communities, man. Like,
Yeah.
all of
If it
them,
wasn't
dude.
for me getting involved in Project Louder, I wouldn't have met you guys or TJ.
Exactly, dude.
Yep.
I knew Bobby as a cosplayer, and then he was like, hey, Bob's coming on the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. I knew you as a cosplayer, but I didn't talk to you. And then all of a sudden, we're on the show. It's like, oh,
Best buds after that. Fuck yeah, dude.
absolutely.
Alrighty, let's, I say it's time to wrap this bitch up, seeing we're just under 2 hour minute here.
Yeah, it's time to hit the hay.
Alrighty. Heather, would you like to start us off, and we'll go clockwise?
What did we say my name is?
Whatever
Redhead
you want
of-
it to be.
Redhead of the Dead?
Redhead
Yeah,
of the
there you
Dead.
All right. All right. I'll be hopefully seeing you again sometime. This is Heather, Redhead of the Dead.
This is your killing machine, Bobby and Moan, saying happy holidays, and we'll see you next week, fuckers.
This is your Prince of the Paranormal, the Duke of the Dead, Lord Scubacabra, saying, see you later, baby.
This is your Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying adios and stay fresh, cheese bags.
Yeah. Oh, wait.